Issue 58, Stormbringer magazine. 2 new paints, and a really cool little battle mat. Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games, and today we're looking at issue 58 of our continuing Warhammer series, Age of Sigmar Stormbringer magazine. Now in this issue you get a couple of things. You get 2 new paints, but you also get an elaborate battle mat, which is quite nice. Good quality as well. You have here, the first in the issue is the Soul Raid, which is a kind of a story about an attack of elves. You have a little bit more history on the realm of Shaiish and the story of Nagash, of his fortresses, how he was struck down by Archon in the War of Bones, and how he came back and set up the Necroquake, but screwed up, and has kind of set up a new kind of hazard for all of the realms. You have here the Visions of the Bad Moon, which are basically details in the Gloomspite Gits. And you have an interesting technique here called layering. So this is kind of advanced paint techniques, but it's interesting and it's good that they have them here in this magazine. Because you can see they give you lots of different examples, again, using all of the models that you already had. And it goes back a fair bit to some of the older models, but it shows you, especially now, the Loonspite, Loon Boss and the Giant Squig. You can see that you can kind of add little aspects to his tongue here, using different highlights and kind of gradients. So it gives you a kind of a gallery of all the things that you're working on. You have here the Stormcaster Turtle, so it goes into the battle traits of them and the battle traits of some of the Cruel Boys. And of course, the battle itself is called Forged in War, Shoot the Messenger. And you have here the new battle mat that you can see that you're going to be able to use different things on going forward. Now, the battle mat itself is, again, it's a paper mat, but it's not thin paper. It's a good, solid, elaborate paper. So, I mean, the one side is quite big, as you can see here. There's a lot that you can actually put on this side, and the other is a kind of a more kind of ruined landscape. So it's a nice handy little battle mat, and it gives a good kind of counterpiece to terrain, especially with the terrain that you got in the last couple of issues. So again, it's not paper, but it's not cardboard and it's not plastic, but it's kind of a good paper card. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's not something that'll be easily ripped by putting models on it, and it will kind of survive a nice little bit. So it's a nice little thing to get into the issue. And you have 2 interesting paints, of course, one of which is Slaanesh Grey, and the other which is a Teclis Blue, which is a great way to kind of highlight some of the blue in your Stormcast Eternals. And the Slaanesh Grey, of course, would be good for things like squigs or monsters and some of the other kind of horrific, horrible little things. So an interesting little issue. The highlight, I believe, is the actual battle mat itself. So as always, if you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And until next time, good luck, God bless, and stay safe.